Well, what is a world? A world, again, is not the earth. A world consists of a collection of concepts, values, and morals, etc., subscribed to or accepted by a group of people, where these values frame the mass behaviors of that population. That's a world. A group of people who think alike in a more complex way. Hence, we have heard such terms as the Islamic world, the European world, and the world of Christianity. In other words, a world is produced by varying levels of mass psychology. Well, what dominant concepts, morals, and values does American society demonstrate? Now, most of us, we can answer that question. Just turn on your news. Just walk outside your door. And for most of us, just look in the mirror. Well, where do the Caucasian leaders of the United States in particular assign the most value to? It should be easy for us to agree on the fact that sport and play are valued at the highest levels of this society. How so? Well, billions upon billions of dollars are spent by governments, even governments, to finance professional sports and entertainment arenas, even while people sleep under bridges. And those who engage in the so-called professional ranks of sports and entertainment are classified as stars. Not your teacher, who may have been teaching hundreds of children, thousands of children for 30 years. Not your scientists. Not even your politician. It's your sports and entertainment celebrities that's considered stars. Some even superstars. And they're transformed into public idols by marketers of commerce. So on this point, in this book, Message to the Black Man in America by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he states, great sums of money are spent in sport and play, in games of chance and gambling, in the operation of sporting houses. Millions are spent on horse racing and numbers rackets and are a disgraceful publicity of indecent sport. Hundreds of millions of dollars change hands for the benefit of a few, to the hurt of millions of poor people in the breadlines, and suffering from the lack of good education. With their last few pennies, they help the already helped to try winning with these gambling scientists who have prepared a game of chance that the poor suckers have only one chance out of 900 to win. Therefore, the world of sports is causing tremendous evils. Now, who can deny this? So sport and play are avenues of producing mischief and bloodshed through corruption. So Allah states in the Holy Quran, corruption has appeared in the land, in the sea, on account of that which men's hands have wrought, that he may make them taste a part of that which they have done, so that they may return. Say, travel in the land, then see what was the end of those before. Most of them were polytheists. So corruption brings its own consequences, which serves as proof of our deviation from the path of right and goodness. However, verse 42 affirms that at some point, Allah terminates the existence of that corrupted civilization because the people themselves failed to obey the divine messenger by adhering to the divine message. And again, we have the Holy Bible, as some call it, and we have the Holy Quran that confirms that. So the prospect of Allah's total destruction of wicked nation gives need for him to send a divine messenger to the people in an effort to turn the people from their unrighteous behavior, which we discussed at the outset. Now, in this great book by the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, so in addition to the thousands of lectures that he's given, you have this book as a testament of who he is and how he thinks in his character. He states in that book, the fundamental motivation in this society is greed, in the preying upon the weak of the country and the weak of the world, versus sharing wealth in cooperation with the weak and the poor. Greed is defined as a selfish desire for possessions and wealth beyond reason. When greed is exercised in the society, it is reflected by division among the people. Greed was in the very genesis of this country. Greed was at the root of the founding of this country. Greed was at the root of slavery, and it persists as a central problem to this date. The business community is so filled with greed that the bottom line means more to corporate America than the lives of the people and America's well-being as a nation. Now that don't sound like a hater to me. So most people of sound mind will agree with his assessment. And many books have been written about the consequences of greed in this country.